It's the White Lady. The White Lady. This is a drink which has just taken the world by storm. It's had so many incarnations over the years. It's again about 100 years old, as with a number of our other drinks. This one was invented in 1919 by Harry McElhone. We've already mentioned him in one of our other videos. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. He invented it in 1919, but when he did, it was a creme de menthe and lemon juice and triple sec drink. And it wasn't until he opened his own New York bar in Paris in 1923 that he changed the creme de menthe for gin. It's had various incarnations. It was published in 1930 in the Savoy Cocktail Book. Legendary bartender Peter Dorelli is the person who added a bit of egg white to it. So it has evolved, but it's evolved into something which has become a world-class and top gin cocktail for today. So we're going to make one. Going to start by taking our glass. Here we go. Often it goes into a traditional martini glass, but I quite like this sort of taller version, so I'm going to use this. And then we're going to get our ingredients going. Now, obviously, we start with the gin, and the gin is key to this. And in using our Worthing gin for this, we're getting quite a bit of that sort of rosemary aromatic coming through, which is incredible with this drink. I'm going to put in 40 ml of our Worthing gin. There we go. That's good. Next thing that I want to do is I want to add some triple sec. So triple sec has various brand names, but generically it's called triple sec. And I'm going to put this in. It's sort of flavoured with bitter oranges of Curacao and very sweet indeed. And we want about half of what we put in of the gin. So I'm going to put in 20 ml of our triple sec. There we go. Now, just to be clear, if you're experimenting with this, you can experiment with the sweetness and the sourness, so you can lift the proportion of your gin, you can lift the proportion of your triple sec, it's entirely up to you. Now, the next thing that we want to put in is lemon juice, and freshly squeezed lemon juice. So I'm going to cut this lemon and squeeze the juice of pretty much the whole lemon. I'm really trying to get around about 25 ml, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. But any decent sized fresh lemon is going to give you that sort of 20 to 25 ml of lemon juice in there. Okay, it's one half. Let's just get the other half in there as well and give that a squeeze. There we go. I think a little bit more. I think we're getting there. That's around about our ratio. So we've got 2 to 1 to 1 and a bit in terms of those three ingredients. Okay, let's get this out of my way and move on to the final ingredient. The final ingredient, as I mentioned, which was accredited to Peter Dorelli, is some egg white. And egg white has a way of making drinks like this really smooth and silky by the time you serve it into the glass. So I'm going to take an egg and I'm going to crack the egg and try to separate the yolk from the egg white. In actual fact, I'm going to drop the egg white straight into here. That's good. I made a slight bit of mess, but hey, it shows that that is what happens when you are making cocktails essentially live in front of the camera. So let me just wipe that a little bit. I put in pretty much the whole egg white, and that's fine. Sometimes if you prep your egg whites in advance, like if you're doing this for friends or you're doing it in a bar, if you're a professional, then you would have loads of these egg whites already prepped for you. But anyway, I pretty much put the whole egg white in there. And it might look slightly unappetizing at this moment, but watch what happens. So we're going to add ice to our glass, and quite a bit of ice. And just to say that when we shake this cocktail, you've also got to remember that you're trying to turn that egg white into a kind of meringue, pretty much like you would do if you were whipping up egg whites to make meringue. This time, we're whipping it up inside the cocktail, and it's going to create a foamy head on the surface of the drink. So we need to give this a better shake, a longer shake than we would do for an ordinary cocktail. Here we go. So at this stage, if I was doing a regular cocktail, I would probably stop. But as you can see, I just gave it a little bit longer to make sure that that egg white is ready to go. And here we go. I'm going to strain into our beautiful 1930s style cocktail glass. You can see now the foam rising to the surface of the drink. And there we go. Let's just pop that to the side. And as that settles, more of that egg white sits on the top like that kind of frothy, not cooked, not set meringue, but giving a wonderful silky finish to this drink. Finally, in terms of a garnish, well, there's a variety of ways you can go with this. I tend to like to just take a little bit of skin off of a fresh lemon, just a little bit of peel, nothing too fancy, but you want something long enough to just hang over the edge of the glass. I'm not actually going to do it as a twist, I don't want the olive there. I just want this tiny touch of colour, which I'm just going to sit on the edge like so. And that is our Worthing Gin White Lady.